Well, I'm not sure what to say after this one. Opening game of the 2012 season, the Colorado Buffaloes fall in the Rocky Mountain Showdown to Colorado State, 22-17. Larry Zimmer, Mark Johnson, kind of a shocking outcome of this one. And Zim, you go through camp and college football. There are no preseason games. A lot of excitement, anticipation, and really with the Buffaloes, a lot of confidence. It all got washed away here today. What did you see?
Well, you never know when you're playing against yourself in camp. That's what you mentioned. You don't have preseason games. They start counting the first time you take the field. So I think John Embry found out a lot about his football team. He knew they were young, but when he talked to you after the game, he said, I didn't think we would make those kind of mistakes because we didn't make them in camp. But mistakes with a capital M, and that did the Buffs in.
And I think it would be ultra simplistic to blame this all on youthful mistakes because there were plenty of veterans that did as well. We thought the offensive line, albeit Ryan Miller, a very good Buffalo, is on the NFL now, but there was a lot of guys returning up front. We thought that would be an area that would be a strength for the Buffaloes. They'd be able to run the football. They had 58 yards rushing, 2 yards per carry, and really in the second half they couldn't protect the quarterback Jordan Webb either. Surprised by that.
I'm surprised, yes, because I did think the offensive line is very talented. You had Handler and Munier playing together. You've got Alex Lewis, who is a good God. Bakhtiari is a veteran, and you got Jack Harris back in there. So I thought that was going to be a major strength. I was extremely disappointed that the Buffs couldn't run the ball, and certainly that they couldn't protect Jordan Webb. They couldn't make the adjustments. I'm still trying to figure out what was going on. They'll see the tape and probably be able to, I hope they can see it.
When you think about Jordan Webb, he actually played relatively well. Over 50% completion percentage, 178 yards or so passing, couple of touchdowns, no interceptions. Under the circumstance, and it was awful tough on him at different times, he played relatively well.
I thought he played very well, as you said, under the circumstances. He was constantly scrambling around, particularly in the second half. When he was getting protection early in the second quarter when they had the 2 touchdown drives, he was hitting things right on target. But then he had to start hurrying his throws, and that certainly was a problem. I thought Nelson Spruce played very well. He dropped one and ran a wrong route maybe at least one time. But I think the passing game is going to be okay, but they've got to give him protection. I mean, that's the simple thing as I see it.
They've got to turn around quickly. A week from now, they open up their home schedule against Sacramento State at Folsom Field. By the way, congratulations to Jim McElwain and the CSU Rams. McElwain in his debut for the Rams becomes the first head coach at CSU to win his debut since way back in 1970. But the Buffaloes have got to get things figured out. There's no cliche in football. You get better more from week 1 to week 2 than any other week of the season. Colorado certainly has to do that. It's a 1 o'clock kickoff next week at Folsom Field. Zim and I and the entire crew will hit the air at 11:05 at the Buffalo Stampede. Our network affiliates pick up at 11:35 and then 1 o'clock. The home opener for the Buffaloes. For Larry Zimmer and Mark Johnson, Buffs fall in the season opener 22-17 to the Colorado State Rams. We'll talk to you next week here on 850KOA.com.